Well, the flu season is in full force. The CDC says about 7 million Americans have contracted the virus so far. The Wall Street Journal reports some employees are fighting back against colleagues who insist on coming into work even when they're unwell. It says so-called sick shamers are offering cough drops and breaking out the disinfectant. That's a hint. One woman quoted in the article says she has asked coughing coworkers to sequester themselves in a nearby room, creating an office quarantine. She has followed snifflers and nose blowers around with disinfectant and ordered them not to touch door handlers. Chip Cutter wrote the story and covers workplace issues at the Journal. He joins us now to explain why the sick day may be disappearing. Great to have you at the table.
Great to be here.
You're healthy, I assume.
I'm healthy. Yeah, I promise.
Yes, because we have disinfectant sprinklers here.
Ready.
We have a quarantine room over there, too. So let's preface this by saying not everyone has paid sick days, but 71% of Americans do. Why do some still insist on coming to work when they're sick?
Well, I think oftentimes a lot of companies' bosses make it all but impossible not to come in. You feel pressure to kind of finish that project. You feel pressure to show your face in the office. Even if you do have paid time off and you can work from home, a lot of people just feel like they have heavy workloads. They have to be there, even if they are sick and coughing and grossing their colleagues out.
Well, when my kid has a cold, I still send him to school. I mean, you get a note saying that if you're a fever, and then you stay at home, what have you. But if it's just a sniffle, go to school. So why would it be different at going to work?
Well, and I think it really varies person to person. And I think a lot of people, after reading the story, have made the case that I have a cough, I'm not contagious, I'm okay to work. I think the issue is, though, that a lot of colleagues may not know that. And so they're worried they're going to get sick just because we're oftentimes in these open offices. There's not even a barrier between us to the person next to us. So we're concerned someone's cough that might not even be contagious could be affecting us, could get us sick.
What did you learn from some of your reporting about the quote-unquote sick shaming?
Yes, so there really are degrees of sick shaming. So at the kind of extreme end, there are the people that scream, go home to someone who is across the room and coughing. And then there are the people who are a little more subtle about it. So the ones who follow their colleagues around and sanitize after them, or secretly change desks when no one is looking. So everybody said that they were grossed out by it, but they had different ways of handling it.
Has any company figured out a good way to handle this, to stop all of this weird passive-aggressive behavior that's no doubt costing millions to America?
Well, I think it starts from the top. So managers have to set the tone. And they can do that by, when they're sick, actually taking the time off. Or going up to someone, if it's someone on their team, tapping them on the shoulder, saying, you look like you're not well today. Why don't you go home, get some rest, finish this up at home, or come back when you can. So I think that's what's really critical here. And then, of course, if your company doesn't offer paid sick leave, I think that's an important point. Obviously, doing that could enable people to actually stay home when they are.
And it also affects how effective you are at work, right? I mean, we talk about in sleeping segments that people don't get enough sleep and they're not as effective at work. Would the same apply when you're sick? I mean, you're just not as productive.
That's it. And academics, there's a whole field that kind of studies this. And they say, of course, you're still getting more done if you go to the office than you would be if you're at home watching movies with a box of Kleenex next to you. But at the same time, you're not a peak performer at that moment. So it might be better just to get some rest, to come back when you can, and everybody will be better for it.
All right. Chip Cutter, so great to have you here. Really interesting story. Thank you.
Thanks again.